What moment made you believe that deceased loved ones can still communicate with us? When my wife of 55 years, Susie, passed away, I felt completely lost. Everyone urged me to sell the house, but I couldn't bear to leave. Susie had designed our home herself, and every inch of it reminded me of her. She adored patterns, filling our hallways with puzzles and paintings, and I spent my days marveling at them. In fact, every day, even after she passed, I would find little clues she left behind, messages behind a painting or a scratch on the wall. Well, one night, as I admired Susie's art, I noticed my next-door neighbor's, Mrs. Blanchard's, lights flicker at 9:15 p.m. It struck me as odd, but I figured it must be a wiring problem. But then, the next night at exactly 9:15 p.m., the lights flickered again. For a week straight, the lights flickered the same way at the same time. Was this a message from Susie? I wondered. Determined to decode it, I checked out every library book I could find on Morse code, but I just couldn't make sense of it. It haunted me, so I decided to go and ask Mrs. Blanchard if she knew about the flickering. As she opened the door, I explained what I had observed, and to my surprise, she erupted in laughter. "Oh my Donald," she said to me. "I was wondering when you'd come asking about the flickering." I blushed and shuffled my feet as she continued. "It's silly," she says, "but my husband was a sailor. When he passed away, Susie helped me figure out Morse code to communicate with him. So now, every night, I tell him goodnight." I stood there, shocked. Susie had never told me about this. "You know, Donald, Susie loved patterns for a reason. Try to talk to communicate with her," she said before saying goodnight. So the next night, at exactly 9:16 p.m., I responded to Mrs. Blanchard, morsing goodnight, knowing Susie was watching as well.